With the doors to the GEM show officially open, people have started pouring in.
I love this show. There's nothing like this show. When the show's over, I'm waiting for next year's show.
Jake Gehring has been running the show for the last several years and has been involved with the GEM show for decades.
See far down there, that's a new product.
He says in total there's about $5 to $6 million in merchandise, making security a key component.
Well, there's never been a year that I didn't catch somebody stealing, and you just have to be careful.
Lon Bothwell is tasked with running security for the show. He says besides theft, his security team has to watch over vehicles in the parking lot while shoppers are inside.
We have to be cognizant of the fact we have potential for emergency situations here, either people that fall or have heart attacks. And there's always the issue you might run into a character where you might have to fight with them or even exhibit a weapon.
Bothwell says pets have also been an issue in the past. He asks people not to bring them unless they're registered service animals. In total, Bothwell says there are about 20 security officers who are former law enforcement.
We augment that force with active duty officers.
Bothwell says all the work done behind the scenes allows people to enjoy and explore the GEM show safely. Ivan Rodriguez, KGUN 9, on your side.
Well, Paul Manafort will receive his first sentencing today, but it's not going to be the last. What else the former campaign chief is being convicted of. Plus, neighbors are reacting to a small plane crash in California as the NTSB continues to investigate what went wrong there. April, good morning.
Good morning. We've got rain and mountain snow coming, but just how low will the snow go? I'll have the answer coming up at 6:11. You're watching KGUN 9 on your side.
Just about 6:15, good to have you with us on Good Morning Tucson. Donald Trump's 2016 presidential campaign chief, Paul Manafort, will be sentenced for the first time on March 13th. Manafort pleaded guilty to conspiracy and witness tampering last September. Now, the judge is still deciding whether Manafort broke his plea agreement by allegedly lying to investigators on special counsel Robert Mueller's team. Manafort denies any lying. He still has to be sentenced in a separate federal case in Virginia, where he was convicted of tax and bank fraud. This morning, a Texas man believes his son is a victim of cyberbullying, and he's actually filing a lawsuit against those who are allegedly involved. He says a group of middle school students started an online discussion about who would be most likely to shoot up the school. Well, they named his son as a likely school shooter. According to his attorney, the boy has since been ridiculed at school.
I expressed that morning that this was really bullying, and that I felt like the only person who was really in danger in that school that day was my son.
Also good to note here, it is the first lawsuit to be filed under David's Law. That's a law named after a Texas teen who committed suicide in 2016 after being cyberbullied. Well, Demi Lovato no longer on Twitter. The pop star deactivated her account after fans pushed back a little bit on her tweets about rapper 21 Savage. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement arrested 21 Savage early Sunday for reportedly overstaying his visa. On Sunday night, Lovato tweeted, "So far, 21 Savage memes have been my favorite part of the Super Bowl." However, though, some fans immediately accused her of being insensitive to his situation. All right, remember that small plane crash in Yorba Linda, California? Well, apparently the NTSB is still investigating. So far, we've learned that the pilot of the plane and 4 people inside of a home who neighbors say were getting ready for a Super Bowl party were killed. Many neighbors were also in their homes when the plane came falling out of the sky. Let's hear now from one man who says he had just gotten out of his bathroom when a plane part came crashing through the wall.
And I turned the corner and bam. And it hit, and that piece came right through. Good thing I wasn't sitting down, huh?
Well, the plane had left an airport about 10 minutes before that crash happened. It had reached an altitude of like 7,800 feet before it apparently started to come apart right in midair. What's unknown, though, at this point is what caused the crash to happen.
Now, KGUN 9 on your side. First warning weather with meteorologist April Madison.
617 and 53 degrees outside. We have mostly cloudy skies with some showers starting to pop up all around us. We've got rain and mountain snow headed our way. Throughout the day, we're going to see actually this breakup at times, only holding on to about a 20% chance for the showers throughout the afternoon. And that's going to allow us to get back up into those 50s and 60s. At least for one more day, we should see a few 60s. It's going to get a lot colder, though, right at 60 for Douglas today. 54, though, in Bisbee. Same in Sonoyta. 56 for Sierra Vista and Nogales today. As we get out a little bit further west is where we anticipate the rain starting before it moves a little bit further to the south and east. We'll hit 60 in Sells, 61 3 Point, same in Tucson and Vail. So we're going to get quite a bit cooler than where we were yesterday, but still into those 60s. We're actually going to see 50s tomorrow, though, when it comes to Tucson. So there it is. We're starting to see a little bit of shower activity popping up in different parts. In fact, over the higher elevations, the Catalina starting to see a little bit of that wintry mix. Tucson seeing very light showers out west, but the bulk of it is going to happen tonight into Wednesday, and that's the reason why we already have this winter weather advisory. We know how cold this system is going to be, and it's not just White Mountains. It is all of the mountains of southeast Arizona through tomorrow. We also have this area in green for Coconino, Gila, and Yavapai counties, where we're seeing that flash flood watch until about 5 p.m. tomorrow as well. So not only is the system still bringing on quite the amount of weather to California, but look what's on the backside of it, this super cold air. And that's not only the reason why we could see some valley floors with some flurries, but we're also talking about sub-freezing temps to start the day on Thursday. Rain totals, not bad at all. We're going to do pretty well, anywhere from a tenth up to maybe 3/10 of an inch. In fact, some valley floors could even see some flurries as low as 3,500 feet. Otherwise, we could see even some accumulation as high as 4,500 feet. So those areas like Oracle may even get an inch, maybe an inch and a half by the time we make it through Wednesday afternoon. Our highs not going to make it out of the 50s for a couple of days, but we will rebound just in time for the weekend with those 60s returning. How are the roads, Big Al?
Pretty good, April. 20 after 6. There are a few little issues, especially on the east and northeast side with the Agua Caliente wash crossings. All three of them are closed because of the water runoff. Mount Lemmon Highway had a rock slide last night. The potential for more slides is the concern, and so they've closed it to residents. Only to residents it is open. Everyone else it is closed. Down here near the area of Rita Road, new stoplights at Rita and I-10. Kolb and Wilmot will get new stoplights within the next couple of months. And finally, storm grate work on Ajo east of 6th Avenue. Here's a look at what we saw yesterday afternoon. All of it's done except this little westbound piece of Ajo, and that westbound piece backs traffic up from 6th Avenue all the way back to the old Golden Eagle distributors at the railroad tracks in Ajo Way. Hopefully within the next few days, this little westbound piece will be complete and we'll be done with the Ajo storm grate change out. That's the latest from our First Warning Traffic Center.
All right, Big Al, that sounds good. Thank you. Arizona's Superintendent of Public Instruction is calling on lawmakers to find more funding for schools. Kathy Hoffman delivered her State of Education address at the Capitol yesterday. She is the first Democrat since the 1990s to lead Arizona schools, replacing Republican Diane Douglas. As the state grapples with a severe teacher shortage, competitive pay for educators topped her list of objectives, stressing she wants to work with legislators to improve recruitment and retainment of staff, and that includes fixing Arizona's poor student to counselor ratio. She's also pushing for charter school reform and adding flexibility in English language learner instruction. Hoffman said a full audit of her department has already begun in an effort to improve transparency. We do have the full speech on our website. That's kgun9.com. Well, Raytheon once again doing its part to get more children excited about STEM. Of course, that's science, technology, engineering, and math too. 200 students participated in the 14th annual Math Moves You event yesterday. Students worked with Raytheon engineers on snap circuit kits and learned the math behind it. After the hands-on experience, a guest panel spoke with students about the importance of STEM careers and encouraged them to pursue a career in those fields. Well, with Valentine's Day just around the corner, love is starting to fill the air, right? Maybe not, though. How many are planning to celebrate this year and what it could cost you? Plus, there's reason to celebrate today. It's World Nutella Day. So just how popular is that chocolate hazelnut spread? We'll find out after the break. 6:22. Stay with us. With Valentine's Day just a little more than a week away, love is in the air. Or is it? Well, the National Retail Federation said just 51% of adults plan to celebrate this year. Americans plan to spend an average of $162 on their loved ones. Sales are also expected to top $20 billion this year. However, though, a lot of people out there are starting to feel like it's over-commercialized, they don't have anybody to celebrate with, or they're just simply over it. The study also found that some younger consumers are treating themselves instead. Kind of like that. You know, if you're in the mood for a snack, how about some chocolate hazelnut spread? Today, it's World Nutella Day. The popular spread was created back in 1946 to deal with a post-World War II cocoa shortage. And just how popular is it today? Well, get this. According to the makers of the spread, you can actually circle the world 1.8 times with the amount of Nutella produced in just 1 year. Kind of cool. Oh, the Wizards and Witches Beer Festival scheduled for March 9th at the Monarch Theater nightclub that's in downtown Phoenix. And according to the event Facebook page, there will be beer samples of more than 20 winter, pumpkin, and holiday beers from different breweries. And if you're wondering, yes, the event will have its own version of alcoholic butterbeer. The Lunar New Year has arrived and billions of people around the world are celebrating. The Asian Lantern Festival you can take part in right here in Tucson.
Plus, the battle over the border continues after U.S. troops added more and more coils of concertina wire on portions of the southern border.